growing up, I genuinely used to use anything like create. I used to keep it so secretive, honestly. Like the boys just weren't messing with it like that. Do you know what I mean? Like my boys at home weren't, like it wasn't cool, right? Like I'm the era of growing up with like grime heads and stuff like that, and everyone used to like rap on the playground. Everyone had bars, like, do you know what I mean? It wasn't if you were really trying to do it, that wasn't a cool thing, like, do you know what I mean? Mainly because where I'm from, no one really was making it out like that way. I used to do it on the sly for so long. I think I started making like beats or producing stuff when I was about like 14, and I used to like ship them out, but not under my name. For ages, like I used to like email people and be like, "Yo, do you want these beats?" I used to make some grime tunes and stuff like that, and I'd never put my name on it. I'd always have like my. I'm not gonna say it on here because I don't want I don't want people finding all my own old stuff. But when it then came to it, and I was seriously trying to create for myself because I thought, oh, this sounds good and I want to make more of it. It took me so long to put it out. If anything, like I wanted to like wear a bally so people wouldn't know it was me. And then I remember someone found my SoundCloud. It was going around the school and this girl was like, "Yo, who do you think you are? Do you want to be the next like Timberland or something?" Now I can remember it. That hurt me, man. That hurt. I felt so stupid. But then that kind of like drifted into when I started becoming a serious artist. I was doing everything on my own. The first time I collaborated was with this guy called Kid, that's one of the boys, and it was one song, and he sent me the file, the stems, and then that was it. Like the next thing I told him was like, "Yo, what's your PRS?" And then that was it. Anyway, the reason I'm saying this is I learned the most about myself as a creative, as an artist, when I was in a situation that I hadn't contrived or in a situation that I hadn't built. When I started collaborating with people without holding on to every aspect of it, I learned an unbelievable amount about myself, like you wouldn't believe. Not all good. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, like I can do this, I can do that. Like some of it I was like, geez, like I really do not feel comfortable in this space or like around this thing. Prior to that, I don't think I ever would have known that. From there then, I am so meticulous in the reason for collaboration. I think prior it was like, oh, I'll give it a go, or that situation was, I'll give it a go. Now it's like, I must understand it. I must understand why I'm there and what I'm doing. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. Or not even, it's not going to work. It could work. It's just not how I want to spend my time. The reason I'm saying collaboration is so important, I think it allows you away from the creative aspect of having more minds in a room, having more opinions in a room. The personal aspect is greater for me. I think just understanding what's good for you and what's not. Anyway, managed to get into the studio with George, one of the boys from home. Incredible artist, absolutely insane. The first time I met George was at like a party. I think it was at the pub or something, and my mate Luke was like, "Oh, like Lamar makes music as well. This is my mate George," and I was like, "Oh, yo, what's happening, man?" And I had just started, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think You Good came out, and I was like, "Oh, do you know what I mean? I've got streams." And I was feeling good. I felt like I felt the world was my oyster, and I was like, "Yeah, man, I just swear." He's like, "Oh, so how's it going?" I was like, "Oh, just had I think I just reached 10k on my track that came out, and he was like, "Oh, that's brilliant, man! Congrats, etc., etc." And I was like, "Oh, what's what sort of music do you make?" And he was like, "Oh, kind of folky stuff, but like pushing it a bit left field, etc." I was like, "Sick, man! Give me your Spotify. I'll listen to it." So I put his name into my notes, and then a day went by, and then I was looking for my notes. I was like, "Oh, let me check this geezer out." I type his name into Spotify. This man has 9 million streams on a song. And he listened to me sit there be like, "Yo, I got 10k, bro. Yeah, that's what's up." It's not about the streams. We know it's not about the streams. It doesn't matter. But it's just so funny how, I don't know how much in my own space I was. Anyway, known him for years. I've been like, "Oh yeah, let's get in the studio, man. Let's do stuff." But like, truly, I was saying that because he is talented. I didn't know what I would offer, and I was saying, like, compared to what I was just saying, I was saying this just being like, "Oh, do you know what? I kind of want to start collaborating with people. Let me, like, this is someone I know. He's a cool guy. Blah blah blah." But I didn't know what I could offer. Anyway, the longer I knew him, the more I realized how incredible a guitarist he was. So the more I understood why I needed to be in the studio with him. Anyway, we hung out, and then I was like, "Oh, what are you saying next week?" He's like, "Nothing. Fancy making something?" I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And the song we made, incredible. Off the bat. We're gonna make more. And I'm like, honestly, I'm so glad for him, because I left that session. I believe we're gonna make something better as well. I don't believe like that's the greatest thing we've. I genuinely left that session thinking, do you know what, this is great, but I also think we're gonna make something greater. I left the session feeling like I'm an artist, and I haven't felt like that in a long time. Like I said, I work on my own, and I make music for myself, so I haven't felt like that. And then I left, and I was like, "Yo, this is what I do, and I can do it well." So yeah, I think that's a nice end to why you should collaborate more. We should all collaborate more. Also, so you can weed out the idiots. I'm really trying not to. I'm a massive swearer, man. I'm really trying not to swear on this channel. I don't know why. But you can sometimes, if you watch these videos, you can see, you'd be like, he was about to. Anyway, fuck that. See you later.